Greetings, gamer guys and gals. Welcome to part 16 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 5 Thracia 776. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing something potentially very sad, and that is that we are turning the animations off. This is going to be permanent, kind of, until basically our final confrontations in the game. But for the time being, it's going to be off. This is going to greatly speed up the animations of this game, and greatly speed up the greatly speed up the length of time that we're going to be playing each individual chapter. I'm not really doing it just for that. I actually personally really enjoy the animations of the overworld. I think they're very fine, very good. One thing we do have to kind of hope here is that Karen doesn't get hit. She's going to have a couple of instances, well, 2 instances in total, to potentially get hit here. And then we're going to go ahead and move Ocean forward. In this chapter, we have a couple of interesting, I would say, side objectives that we can take care of. And some of those being stuff that we haven't really seen before, and that we are going to see now, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, first we're going to get all of our mounted units as far forward as we possibly can, and then we're going to look at exactly what we have to do. Marty is here. We happen to be at Mount Violdrake, as the story is letting us know, and how we recruit Marty is by talking to him with Ocean. Now there is a vendor here, we're going to check out what that sells, but for the most part we're just going to be dealing with this chapter as we would with most chapters. This right here happens to be Dagdar's manor, and it is currently being occupied by Lemoy. Lemoy is a Draco Knight. He is dismounted, which means he only has an iron sword right now. He does have some very good items we definitely need. One of these is going to be going straight to Ocean. He has 1 Vigor Star, so you have to be careful of that. The interesting thing about him is that you have to do something with this unit before turn 15. At turn 15, he mounts up and becomes a flyer, and that makes it both harder and more annoying to fight against him. You want to capture him before turn 15 and keep him in your inventory. Reason being is because that is the way in which we get a hold of the Gaiden chapter of the following chapter, the Gaiden chapter of this map. Alright, Ocean has taken quite a few hits. He's not going to be hit anymore this turn, because the rest of the units in this map are stationary. Well, the rest of the units we're close to are stationary. This guy is not stationary. First and foremost, we're going to heal up Ocean. And that should be B rank in stays, and it is. Once we can promote Safi, which we will be doing soon. Not exactly right now, but one of the reasons why we're giving Ocean so much experience points is because we want Ocean to be able to promote before next chapter.
Calm down, Marty. He ain't recognized you. Now wait for an opening and run for the hills.
Huh? Wait, hey Marty, oh buddy.
What? Marty? Don't know no Marty. Haven't even heard the name before.
Marty, pal, I could spot that chin of yours from a mile away. What are you doing here?
Well, it weren't my idea, I swear. It was all Gomez's idea. He made me do it.
That isn't the problem here. Come on, Marty. Raiding villages? You think that's what Dagdar would want? Or the commander? If you've seen fit to go against everything they've taught you, then you're just another bandit, and I got no choice but to cut you down.
Wait, it was wrong of me to go along with this.
So you're with us then? You'll help us fight off these bandits?
Fight off the bandits? Even Gomez? Well, you see,
You should be ashamed, Marty. Just man up and say it. Are you with us or against us?
All right, I'll say it loud and clear. I'm with you. I'll help you fight the bandits. Just please don't yell at me no more.
And we get Marty back, which is pretty darn cool. Am I going to be using him? Absolutely not. But it's nice to have him back, nonetheless. Alright. So we kind of want to draw this guy in with a ranged attack. We could probably do that with Finn and a javelin. We could even attack here, actually. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. Now, I brought both of my thieves because I actually intend on stealing the Master Seal and the Vulnerary with both of them. And it's not really necessary to do that because, well, at least the Master Seal, because you will just have the opportunity to capture him. Well, if you are capturing, that is. And if you do capture him, then you don't really have to steal anything from him. But I would like the experience points. So why not, is what I say. We're going to mount up and visit.
Lucky you. Of all the houses in the north to stumble into, you came into mine at just the right moment. I decided that the next person to walk through my door would get a rare gift, and that's you. See, a merchant said that this ring would make me happy. And it did, for a while. But eventually, being so lucky at everything gets so boring. Painfully routine, in fact. The ring made me lucky, but I'm nowhere close to happy. Damn it, I got swindled.
So I'm assuming she bought that? Because how could you possibly get swindled by something somebody gave to you? This increases luck by 3. I would love to be lucky. I'll take the luck ring from you. Absolutely. Are you kidding? Yeah, getting poisoned there with Finn is probably not one of my better moments, but could be worse. Alright, short sword here. We are going to double, but he has actually a chance to crit. Now, he won't kill if he crits, but that'd be kind of wild. And he hit. Wow. Ooh, nice Callion. Perfect. A whole level up, and that's actually due to the fact that Callion is quite low level, and these Brigands are level 10. Alright, so we're going to go right here, and we are going to dismount. And attack. He only has 1 hit, and we have a 99 hit, so very unlikely for him to hit, and very unlikely for us to miss. But you just never know with Thracia. You never know, truly. So we're not going to capture this guy because it's of absolutely no use. We do have a Vulnerary that we can steal from him, though. And we will do just that. The more experience points we get on Laura, the better. Especially considering that Laura is one of the harder units in this game to level up without taking advantage of certain, I would say, busted or various means. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to take out this bandit here. Leave the other for Karen. And we do have to visit this house. So, well, we could have done that with Marty had he been a little bit closer. We do have to attack this guy with Finn. So we're going to do just that. We want him out of our way. And a full-on level up for Finn. He is turning out into quite the powerful unit. Move Leaf. Marty can check out the vendor, though. That's nice. Alright, so we have Vulneraries, Antitoxins, Torches, and Door Keys. I'm actually going to buy 2 torches here. Not specifically for any chapter coming up, but for later on down the road. And Safi got some experience points. She's not really leveling up nowhere near as good as she normally does. She has got pretty darn good growths, actually.
While Dagdar was away helping the Freeblades, Gomez came along and started riling up the bandits. His mind's about as sharp as a broken javelin, but he's burly enough to knock folks around, and that's all that counts around these parts. Huh? Wait, you're looking to give that fool the thrashing he deserves? By Utlers Yulsers, that's fantastic news. We poured our blood and sweat into clearing the land for this village. Take this here medal for good luck. Earned it years ago for meritorious service, whatever that means.
Alrighty, so we got a Master Seal. Another one. So you get 2 in this chapter, and that's awesome because you don't hardly get very many this soon and close to each other, that is. Potentially who we're going to be promoting with that is, we could promote Karen. That's not a bad idea, especially after she beats up on this Brigand. Not a bad idea at all, actually. Alright. One more turn of beating up on the Brigand. Kellyanne and Marty are just going to sit over there and have a Marty party. Alright. We're going to have to give Karen a better sword soon. That slim sword I'm probably going to be putting on Fergus because since it has crit, it increases his chances of critting, which is always good. I kind of want to move forward, so we're going to have to bring Karen over here in order to get that. Alright, so where can you reach? Right there. Let's put you here, actually. We're going to have to fly Karen over to get that Master Seal. It's good to have her mount back up. Just like I've said before, you do not want to end a chapter with dismounted units, because those units will be dismounted the next time you deploy them. Ooh, very nice. Let's see, Lightbrand. Alright, much better. You can see the hit difference. So he's not in range of Nana here, but he is in range of Nana here. 20 hit is mighty massive. Alright, so we're going to do 13 chip. We're actually going to hit twice. Ooh, I don't want to crit though. Let's see, 30 minus 2, that's 28. We will definitely KO if we crit. I do not want to crit. Alright. We're just going to wait a moment before we attack this guy because we don't want anything to go awry, necessarily. Lemoy is a very difficult and annoying target to defeat, and it has to do with the fact that Lemoy has a ton of defense. That being that he is on a gate. 10 extra defense is pretty wild. Thracia has often touted as having some very questionable design philosophies, but I don't think it's questionable as much as it is just interesting. The game is different, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that you can have different games in the series and them still be useful. The Luck Ring, I actually don't have an idea of who to give that to. I always struggle to giving this to someone, because it's not something that's important. Sometimes I'll give it to like a combat unit like Ocean, who potentially see a lot of like crits later on in the game. That's not a bad idea, but Luck, all in all, is not that great of a stat buffer. It's just not. Let's see. I halfway just want to attack out of range of Nana. Sorry for your luck, but I need the coin. I got no illusions. I know this is wrong. Alright, we just need to hit once. Very nice. And let's continue. Alright, we're going to capture Brave Lance. We do have 22 crit. That is one way we could get this moving. One thing I think I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to steal that Vulnerary. And I'm going to steal that Master Seal. Now, what this means is I actually have to rescue my units out of the way. Alright. Rescue. And that should be good for the time being. We'll probably attack him another turn with Leaf. It's not so great. Let's see, 5 speed. We can't really do anything about this. It should be fine. Yeah, Lemoy is on a gate, and gates also heal. Something that I did not mention before when I was talking about the great bonuses that the gates and thrones give is actually that gates and thrones also make it impossible for you to be statused. And if you are statused, by some means, the throne will just heal your status, which is pretty interesting. Alright. We're gonna trade. Let's get this Master Seal. And let's take and drop. And then, let's see. We're going to take the other Master Seal. And use it right away. Ocean's promotion, level 10. Some people might be inclined to think that early promotion is a bad idea in Fire Emblem, because you do miss out on quote-unquote stats. Most characters in this game only miss out on HP by early promoting. Because, as you can see right now, if we look at his stats, Ocean is only a handful of points away from capping strength, skill, speed, defense, and constitution. And if you are truly hard-pressed to want to get those capped, you can with scrolls. There are so many scrolls in this game, it's insane. So, the fact of the matter is that, in my humblest of opinions, I don't think it's really all that important. One thing I love doing with Ocean, which I am going to be doing, is I like taking off all of his regular axes. So he'll keep the Brave Axe and the Vouge on him, but I like giving him some swords. Because he starts with a D rank in swords, and getting him to C rank at the very least in swords is mighty, mighty useful. He doesn't really need any higher than D rank in axes. So I would dare say that we're just going to not try to get him there. We're still going to use axes, of course. But it's not necessary if we get him to D rank in axes. Alright. That is nice. Uh-huh. Oh, perfect. What we can do... We're not going to move her just yet, just in case we need to heal for some reason. Alright, so we are going to be doing 5 damage times 2. We're not going to be doing it times 4 because we are not doubling here. You have to have 4 attack speed higher than your enemy in order to double attack. Alright, so we don't need to heal. And that's it for our turn. Now, there are plenty of reinforcements in this map that you can milk for experience points if you need them. It's not necessary to be done, in my humble opinion, so I just don't bother. Yeah, Laura will not do any damage here, but you'll see that she gets great chip damage, or chip experience points. And that's just because of how Thracia works. Another one of those things where it's like people will say that Thracia is a little bit too difficult. And I'll grant that there are some difficult things about this game, to be sure. But I don't really and truly believe that those difficult things can't be circumvented. Now, first and foremost, we're actually going to go ahead and attack this guy here and put Karen in the range of the other Brigand. Don't really care if she gets hit. None of these Brigands that reinforce have venom weapons, so we don't have to worry about that any longer. As you can see, he has an iron axe. We're going to let her KO him, and then I'm probably going to use the Master Seal, regardless of whether or not she gets a level from it. And then we can capture with Finn. We're doing exactly enough damage to capture him without needing a critical. Awesome. So not only do you want to keep him on you, you want to be very careful. We're very close to D rank or C rank in swords. We gotta take care of that. You have to be careful that you actually take his items and weapons off of him, because if you don't, they stay on him. That's not necessarily something you want done. Alright, so let's heal up. This will be our last turn we bother healing anyone up and doing anything. Next turn we will be seizing. I was actually surprised to see that Nana wasn't fatigued for this chapter. She's fatigued now, so she can't take part in the next. We don't need her to. But the reason why I was surprised to see that she wasn't fatigued was just specifically because of the fact that she was already at fatigue, pretty much there. But she gained like a level or two of HP, and when you do that, you gain another instance of being able to be fatigued, which is pretty cool. I like how this game updates stuff like that. In more modern games, that wouldn't even be a thing. Alright, so she's not even getting a level from this guy, even if she were to KO him. So I'm not going to worry about that. One thing we do want to be careful of is that we do not fatigue Safi. We do not have any means of making sure that she does not get fatigued at this point in the game. There is stuff like that that comes along later on, but for the time being, you have to be kind of careful with how much you spam staves with her. Alright, so that's another level up, level 9. We are going to be promoting Safi once we get to level 10, as soon as we possibly can. But it would be nice to get a promoted Karen. We don't need Safi promoted for like another couple of chapters, in all seriousness. So it's not that you have to rush it out, but it is good to have her promoted sooner rather than later. And she gets a nice buff to her physical attack, as well as her magic and survivability, which is very good. She doesn't get any buffs, I don't think, to any of her weapon ranks. Oh wait, no. I'm almost certain that she didn't have... Well, no, she had a C rank in swords. Yep. So yeah, she's fatigued now too. And she has 10 movement, which is wild. That 2% move growth. Pretty awesome. Alright, so Lemoy doesn't have anything else on him. That's awesome. We're going to go ahead and seize. Prince Leaf, I brought the man claiming to be in charge of these ruffians. Let me get a look at you. Wait, you were in charge of these brigands? Why is the Thracian coat of arms on your breastplate then? It's no business of yours, Junior. Just take my head and be done with it. No, there's been enough blood spilled today. I'll make you a deal. Indulge my questions and you have my word you'll walk free. I could walk free? Oh, that's a cruel joke. If I accepted mercy from an enemy, I'd bring shame to the Draco Knights. Just before we arrived here, I also had to choose between my survival and accepting help from an enemy. I know how it feels. I take it you have a wife. Children, perhaps? If I have to kill you here, they'll be out on the street. Is that what you want? I'm sure you had your reasons for doing this. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even need to know who you are or what your station is. Tell me what I want to know and I have no reason to pursue you. Ask your question. The lord of that manor, Dagdar, and his daughter Tanya, where are they? They're inside, and they're not alone. Gomez, the one who hired me, he's making his move on them. Didn't say exactly what his plans were, but he didn't have to. I could tell he was fixing to kill them both. I see. Thank you. Augustus, see that this man and his dragon mount are freed at once. As you wish. Sorry for the trouble, for what it's worth. And we get Chapter 8X. Dagdar's Manor. We are obviously going to be giving these items that we do not need. As well, that we want to give the iron axe here, that axe there. We're going to take an iron sword for good old Ocean. Actually, Ocean also needs a chest key. With this Safi supply, we're definitely going to give this away, as well as these swords. She has a C rank in swords now, so I guess we could take out this other steel sword, but I think I'm just going to give her an iron sword for the time being, because I don't really have very many stronger swords. Well, we could take the steel sword as well. That's perfectly reasonable. We're going to take also a heal staff and another physic. We might as well. It's not like anyone else can use them. I do like making sure that my convoy is managed in such a way that the more important staves are on the bottom, because if you're quick about using your staves, you could accidentally use the wrong one, and that's just not something I want to deal with. Alright, Nana, you're not going to be taking part in this chapter, so let's see. Asbel will be taking part, however. Let's give you that scroll, and we can also give Ocean... We can give Ocean the said scroll as well. Why not? Alright, so supply. Let's take another heal staff for the time being. We can also give away this iron sword for the time and take the slim sword, just because we want to use it and get rid of it out of our convoy. We could sell it, but it works with him pretty well because of the fact that he has the ability to use it for criticals. We can sell that iron axe. Do we have a battle axe we're probably never using? Short bow, iron bow. We'll keep those for the future, potentially. These are the only two things we're going to be selling here. So in the darker chapters where you have the ability to deploy your units, you are absolutely unable to decide where they go. We do need both our thieves. We also need another chest key, I believe, on Asbel. So we can give one of these fire tomes, and then we can take the other chest key here. There are a lot of chests in this chapter. If you could not figure that out through my means of having chest keys on all of my units, as well as we have the lockpicks. We can trade Laura this 13-use lockpick, so she basically has as many uses on her lockpick as Lithis does. Now, we're also going to save here. And we're going to deploy. You are not able to choose your deployment locations on the dark chapters. That's just how this works in all of the guidance.
Chapter 8X, Dagdar's Manor. Tanya, it's time for you to go. Make a break for it on your own. I'll keep any of them from following you.
No, wait, Papa. I leave when you leave.
You stick around here, you'll just be a burden. Now just listen to your old man and don't give me lip.
I know I wouldn't be much help, but...
Aw, don't tell me you were thinking of leaving the party already. Nope, the only way you two are getting out of here is in a casket.
Listen up, Gomez. I got no reason to fight you and your boys. Think about this before you do something rash.
No, it's too late for you to be making excuses, Dagdar. The soil itself don't want us here. Nothing grows. Trying to till a field is like sawing through rock. All I wanted was a full belly, but you let that wench Avel cheat you out of the good land. She's got you wrapped around her little finger. You so desperate that you'd let everyone starve just to get lucky? Shame on you, old man.
What did you say? Huh, you talk big for a glorified errand boy. You ain't never known real hardship, just my petty chores. You know why? 'Cause I knew I could never trust you with more. Fact is, I could barely trust you with my laundry, Junior. Fine. You want yourself a fight so bad, you got one.
This is a very incredibly interesting chapter. It is one of the most heavily enemy-dense chapters in this entire game, which is wild to say because... at least in the start, because there are chapters that have tons of reinforcements. This chapter has 0. But concerning starting enemies, this chapter has a wild assortment of them. And before we get into it, I think this is a perfect time for us to go ahead and cut off the episode. I want to thank you for joining me, and if you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe, depending on your platform, and while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.